What are cognates? Teaching vocabulary with ESL Fairy. Cognates are words in different languages that share a common origin and have a similar meaning. They're easily recognized because they look and or sound alike. English has some common linguistic ancestry with Romance languages as well as Germanic languages. Cognates are one way to work from the known. Being aware of and looking for these connections between languages can help our students to tap into their prior language knowledge in order to understand and use new English vocabulary. Keep in mind that languages from other language families, such as Indigenous Amerindian languages, Afro-Asiatic languages, etc., generally will not have true cognates with English words, since they do not have similar origins. Similar sounding words are usually a coincidence or indicate that a word was borrowed from the other language. For instance, many modern Japanese words include borrowed terms from English. There's even a Japanese word for words that are borrowed from Western languages. Gairaigo means loan word. These words are easy to identify in written text in Japanese because they're written in a different script than the words of Japanese origin. For instance, the word aisukrimu is the Japanese word for ice cream, and it, of course, was borrowed. Here are some examples of cognates in English, French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Catalan, and Romanian. These Romance languages share a lot of cognates. Intelligent, intelligent, intelligente,
Intelligente, intelligente, intelligent, intelligent,
Here are some examples of cognates English shares with German, Dutch, Flemish, Danish, and Swedish, which are Germanic languages. Family,
familia,
family.
familia, family,
In some cases, words may look or sound alike, but will not mean the same thing at all. You'll sometimes hear language teachers refer to these as false friends or false cognates. For example, in English, we use the word gymnasium to mean the room in which we teach a physical education class, whereas in Germany,
gymnasium,
actually means high school. Both words came from a Greek word that referred to a place where physical as well as academic education occurred. The German definition originally came to mean only the place of academic learning, whereas the English definition evolved to refer to the place of physical education. So it can be fun to giggle with our students over the differences in meaning when we come across false cognates in a text. Educators will get a better return on our time investment by focusing on the true cognates instead of spending time looking for the false ones. Educators can use cognates to develop students' vocabulary by highlighting similarities between languages and by encouraging students to use cognates as a bridge to learning new words. It can be helpful to enlist the help of your multilingual students and colleagues to help you identify some patterns and to help you to pick out some connections between words in both languages. For example, a student taught me that a number of words ending in "ic" in English can be converted to Spanish words simply by adding the letter A or O to the end. Academic, académica, académico. Tragic is trágica and trágico. Here are a few ways that educators can incorporate cognates into their lessons. Number 1, identify cognates for new vocabulary words. Search for cognates for key academic vocabulary with your multilingual learners. Number 2, cognate walls. Invite your students to add words to a cognate wall. This can be sticky notes on a wall, chart paper, or even a digital cognate wall works well for this. As you learn new vocabulary, add new words in the different languages. Number 3, use cognates as a starting point for vocabulary building. Once students know a few cognates, they can use them as a starting point to learn related words and expand their vocabulary. For more great teaching ideas and loads of free resources, head on over to the ESL Fairy Resource Hub at bit.ly/ESL Fairy.